Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Hollow and today we're talking Genshin Impact because 1.1 is finally out. That's right, the first major update for Genshin Impact has just released and we have all new content to experience and enjoy, assuming you meet those requirements. But what are those requirements? Shockingly, there isn't details on that in obvious places, so I'm going to explain everything in this video. It's sort of a survival guide to the new update. So let's get right to it. In 1.1, on its release date of November 11th, we have a new wish pack featuring the two new characters, Childe and Diona, two new major story chapters, the new city reputation system as a new daily mechanic, tons of quality of life updates, new idle animations from any characters, new world quests with treasure to get your hands on, and of course the incoming event, Unreconciled Stars, which will reward a free official, which is very important for any free-to-play players or, well, anyone who still wants to, which I certainly do. On top of all of that though, a less talked about event just went live with no current time limit to it too. The Baptism of Song with Barbara. Just complete this event to unlock a free Barbara. Very nice to have. Okay, so that's the major stuff glossed over. Let me explain each one, starting with the new event wish, aka a temporary pack to pull on. The Farewell of Sneznaya, I'm so sorry I can't pronounce that, will reward you some familiar characters, but two of the four new characters in 1.1, Childe and Diona. Childe is the 5-star Hydro Bow user who makes use of his Hydro powers to create new weapons out of water, which would give him these really cool water daggers or the water spear for different movesets and ability. And then we have Diona, the 4-star cryo user who makes use of her bartending skills to throw ice drinks and like unfinished cocktails at her enemies. Weird. But the question is, what are the chances of pulling these characters? Should you engage with this pack? Well, the truth is, the roll rates are pretty bad as always. 5-star characters are a 0.6% chance on each and every pull, but as we do know, at 90 pulls in one wish, you will be rewarded with a 5-star something as a sort of mercy system. That could still be a weapon or the other 5-star characters in the pack, or maybe Childe if you get lucky. Having said all of that, out of the current wishes at the time of this recording, this wish pack has the best rates for characters, which is important to know. Childe is currently listed as an S tier character on most lists I've seen, so he seems well worth running. And on top of that, this is a temporary wish event, which will most likely be leaving after December 1st. The other 5-star characters you can pull in this event are Jean, Diluc, Mona, Quiqui, and Kuching. However, when it comes to this pack, we do have a promotion in place. The first 5-star you pull has a 50% chance to be Childe, which is nuts. And if it's not Childe, the next 5-star you pull will be Childe. That is just insane. Who would have expected them to do that? On top of that though, we also have something similar for the 4-star characters in this pack too. The first 4-star item that you pull has a 50% chance to be either Diona, Beidou, or Ningguang. Basically the featured characters in this wish pack. If you don't get one of those featured free, well then you have a guaranteed chance to pull one of those free on the very next draw. That's really good news. So considering that, and the fact that this is still the best wish for character drops right now, it seems well worth engaging with this wish pack over any of the others. Alright, so a great new wish pack to go for, but where the hell is Zhongli and Xinjiang? Well, just like 1.0, we're doing it in halves. During 1.0, we had 2 wish events, and the same is going to occur in 1.1. That means that we're waiting until the next wish event before we'll have a chance to get Zhongli or Xinjiang. And I imagine that event will work much the same as this one, with the guaranteed pull on the new 4-stars. When will that come though? Well, currently I believe it will be December 1st, which is exactly 3 weeks after launch of 1.1. Why do I think that? Because each major patch is officially lasting 6 weeks, and therefore it makes sense to do the second wish event exactly halfway through the patch. So, December 1st. Next up in 1.1 though is the new story quests. We have 2 new chapters added at the launch of this update. The Archon quest continues now in Act 3, progressing what we began in Liyue, and this act requires you to be adventure rank 35 or above to begin it. Bad news for any of us who left off around the level 30 mark like myself, I have some leveling to do. And then the second chapter that was added in 1.1 is the story focused on Childe, requiring you to be adventure rank 40 and to have completed the new Archon quest chapter there just mentioned. With that, you will unlock the new weekly boss fight with Childe himself for logically good rewards. But outside of story quests, we also have 7 new world quests to find and complete, rewarding Mora, XP, and more. That's all great, but let's now talk about the event that hasn't actually released with 1.1. You may have heard me say earlier, that new 3-stage event that rewards Fischl isn't released. The Unreconciled Stars releases November 16th on a Monday and will last all the way until November 30th, the day before what I assume will be Zhongli's Wish event launch. The Stars event is a new cooperative event, very comparable to the Elemental Crucible event we did in 1.0, but this time focused on Mona and Fischl for story. We currently know that we will be rewarded with Ascension materials, Enhancement Ore, Heroes Wits, and a Crown of Insight on top of getting ourselves a free Fischl. To say the very least then, this event has very good rewards, and you should absolutely do it when it does launch on November 16th. In the meantime though, there is an event that did launch with 1.1, as I said, the Baptism of Song. This event is all about Barbara, the Hydro user, and rewards Barbara herself for completion. You just need Adventure Rank 18 and to have completed the Archon quest, a long shot, before you can do it, but that's very reasonable. Most people should be good to do this one. Absolutely worth doing if you haven't got yourself Barbara constellations, or maybe you haven't even got her yet. But now let's move on to a brief explanation of the new items that are going to make our lives so much easier. We're just going to go through the list of them now. So we have the Resonance Stones, which are a new craftable item that will display locations of any oculi, whether that's Geo or Animo, letting us collectors finally find the last few we're missing and get those statues of the 7 upgraded. Likewise, the new Treasure Compass is another craftable item which will display any treasure chests you've not opened yet, which is another good collector item. Next though, we have the Wind Catcher item, which is used to store Animo Grana, the Animo sprites that you previously would pick up to spawn a wind current wherever you pick the last one up. Now you put them in this jar and then release them wherever you want for some really useful mobility. The NRE or Nutrition Ready to Eat item now lets you quick use food while fighting. Instead of opening the menu and awkwardly going to the food tab and then choosing the food you want, you just do it all in one press, which is way better. Okay, get ready for this one. The new Condensed Resin is a craftable item that stores 20 original resin in it. And you can pop this whenever you need resin to overcome, say, the daily cap of resin. That's a tiny improvement to resin, but it's an improvement. I'll take it. Next, the Adepti Seeker's Stove is our new portable cooking pot, spawning wherever we want so we can cook anywhere. That's very nice. And finally, lastly, the 7th item, the Portable Waypoint, now lets us drop a single waypoint wherever we want for a limited time. We can only place one portable waypoint at once, so when you place a new one, it removes the old one, but this is still an incredibly useful way to move around the map and make your life easier. Overall, these new items add a great quality of life to the game that was severely lacking, and I'm really glad to see these changes. Now, a quick summary of the new reputation system and how you use that. Firstly, to begin with a new reputation system, you need to be Adventure Rank 25 or above before you unlock it. And then you also need to have completed both Act 1 and 2 of the Archon quest lines. From there, you just need to go to either of the new reputation NPCs found in Mondstadt or Liyue. Basically, this just adds a new daily and weekly system to work on. 4 new types of quests that reward reputation, and then rewards like the new quality life items, the glider skin, and materials. These new quests are bounties, requests, world exploration, and relevant region questing. It'll be nice to have something new to work on each day that changes what you actually need to do as a good mix-up. But finally, last thing to mention, we do have a new archive system that wasn't mentioned until now. It's basically a new catalog for everything in the game. Equipment, materials, tutorials, information about characters, and so on. It's certainly a nice new UI and features a lot of good information for a new player or collectors. And I think everyone just has access to that now right off the get-go. But that is everything. I hope this absolute wall of information wasn't overwhelming and you got something good out of it. Hit like on the video if this did help you in any way, because you'd really help me. Otherwise, what are your thoughts on 1.1, guys? Are you all high enough AR to actually engage with this stuff? The guys in my Discord are absolute chads and are all basically over 40 already, while I'm barely 30 by comparison. Though I do really appreciate the quality of life stuff, and the new events are really good, and I'm just glad that we have more story stuff all the way to 40 now, even if it's still spread a little thin between the big gaps of levels. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the update and good luck in your rolls. Until the next video, I've been Hollow, you've been you, and I'll see you next time.